Good morning, everybody, and welcome to day 21 of 30 days, 30 bands, all live albums. I'm Davies Tallow, and today we're going back to the 1960s, at least a little bit into the 60s. Talk about a band formed in 1969 in Birmingham by Al Atkins on vocals, Brian Bruno Stapehill on bass, John Perry on guitars, and John Feza Partridge on drums. And if you didn't recognize any of those, well, that's because they didn't last very long with the band. Wasn't until Perry sadly committed suicide at 18, was replaced by a man that we all know, Kenny K.K. Downing, that things started to form. And of course, that is Judas Priest. Yeah, Judas Priest started back in 1969. Isn't that odd? But so anyway, of course, later on you'd have Rob Halford join, Glenn Tipton, Ian Hill, and a number of different drummers would come and go. Anyway, we're here to talk about live albums, and I'm not going to be including any of the live albums that Tim Ripper Owens is on. I was going to, but I thought, no, I'm going to keep this all Rob Halford. Though the first live album with Tim Ripper Owens is good. 98 Live Meltdown. It's really not my favorite, and I decided not to include it on here. And Live in London, I haven't got. The only ones I got is the first two. First one released in September 17th, 1979. Of course, it's all we all know as Unleashed in the East. What should have, as far as I'm concerned, this should have been a double album. There was a lot more, from my understanding, recorded. And of course, later on, we would find out that Rob Halford's vocals were redone in the studio, and it's because he was really not singing up to par this particular night. Why they didn't use another night, I don't know. I guess maybe this is the only night they did in Japan, and they just wanted to do it. Seemed to me like they could have waited and done it another night. So I don't know. But I just love this album. It's side one, starts out with Exciter. I mean, it's just another song that's great to open up a concert. Then it goes into Running Wild. One thing I've noticed about this album is that Exciter and Running Wild will remind me a lot of Screaming for Vengeance, with the opening of Electric Eye and Riding on the Wind. I mean, it's the same scenario, basically. That 1-2 punch that gets you going. Sinner comes up number 3 here. Dark, moody, doomy. The Ripper, I've never been a big fan of the Ripper. I don't know why. I just have never gotten into that song. I know it's a classic, one of their classic iconic songs. I just can't get into it. Same with the Green Man Lishi. Seemed to me that they had plenty of songs to choose from. So why they had to do the Green Man Lishi, I don't know. Of course, and for you, for those who don't know, it's a Fleetwood Mac cover written by Peter Green. Uh, Side two starts with Diamonds and Rust. Again, another cover, but this one I don't mind this cover. It's great. It's well done. They do this on a live video that I got. Right after Rob rejoined. It's more melodic. It's not as fast paced as this one, which is it's just excellent. If you haven't heard that, check it out. And then we got Victim of Changes, another staple, grand song. Genocide, and then Tyrant. Just classics. The only one I really have, well, the only two I really have is the Ripper and Green Man Alicia. But they're still good. Don't get me wrong. I don't hate them. I just don't like them as much as the other songs. Now, they had some bonus tracks added on. Let's see. Rock Forever, Delivering the Goods, Hell Bet for Leather, and Starbreaker. And then, let's see. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, they should redo, if they ever, remaster this album. I think they probably have. I don't know. I might be wrong. But add all the tracks they didn't include. It would be excellent, Let's see what they would add. But anyway, Les Binks did the drumming on this, so and Les Binks was a great drummer. Why he left, I don't know. There's probably a story behind it someplace, but I haven't seen it yet. So anyway, going on to the other live album. It was recorded in during their Turbo tour, released in June 15th, 1986. Of course, I'm talking about Priest Live, which is a double album. Guys on the back. Now, this album is really maybe just a tad better than Unleashed in the East, but that being because of Halford's vocals being redone. Of course, don't get me wrong, his vocals on Unleashed in the East are great. You really can't tell that they've been redone. He does a good job of re-recording them. Of course, this one's great. It starts out with Out in the Cold. Another great concert opener. Probably not as good as Electric Eye. Electric Eye is my number one concert opener by Priest. Heading Out to the Highway. Metal Gods. Breaking the Law. Breaking the Law. Not a big fan. When I'm younger, it was a great song, but it's just one of those songs that over time wears out its welcome. Side two starts out with Love Bites. And some heads are going to roll. Love Bites is all right. Some heads are going to roll. A lot better song. I love that song. Along with the Sentinel. And then we go with Private Property. Another song, from Turbo, another song that kind of some days is good, some days are bad. With me, just I guess depending on the way the moon strikes. Side 3 starts out with "Rock You All Around the World." I love that song. A lot of people don't like that. "Rock you all around the world." I love it. Why some people don't like it, I have no idea. I mean, it's really upbeat song. Maybe that's it. Maybe because there's a lot of people that think that heavy metal should be doomy and sad, and people smiling and having fun doesn't equate with them for some reason. Of course, that's why you go to a concert, is to have fun, right? Uh, Side 3 starts out with, okay, sorry. "Rock You All Around the World" goes into "Electric Eye," and then to "Turbo Lover" and "Free Will Burning." Uh, Probably the best portion of this album, right there. "Rock You," "Electric Eye," "Turbo Lover," and "Free Wheel Burning." I mean, just entered all these songs, all 4 songs full of energy. Side 4, "Parental Guidance," another song a lot of people don't like. I think it's okay. Um, and Back then it kind of rang true. It still does today, as far as I'm concerned. "Living After Midnight," of course, mainstay. Gotta have that. Another song that's kind of worn out its welcome with me. Then you've got ends with "You've Got Another Thing Coming." A lot of people say they don't need to hear that song again. I love that. I can't get tired of it. Just another heavy, banging song, man. But yeah, classic lineup: Halford, Downing, Tipton, Hill, and Dave Holland. So, of course, sadly, Dave Holland would only be around with him till for 2 more tours. Or let's see, no, I take that back. He'd be with him for the Ram It Down tour, and then he would be gone. And Scott, God, no, I can't think of his name. Slap me silly here. That's going to bug me until I find it. Yeah, Scott Travis. God, I was thinking something else for some reason. So, anyway, if you haven't checked these albums out, check them out, especially this one. And of course, well, check out both of them. Like I said, this one is really raw. Priest's early years. So anyway, there you have it. Day 20. Yeah, day 21. We got, I guess, 9 more days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Till reach the 30th band. And who's it going to be? I don't even know. I just go grab whatever and do a video on it. So anyway, please subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. I'd like to hear your thoughts on Priest, as well as any other bands, the live albums you may have. But anyway, have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Sunday morning.